my name is Ro, and welcome to 𝐦𝐞𝐥𝐜𝐲. Today is a very exciting video because I'm going to be collaborating with 𝐰𝐞𝐥𝐜𝐲𝐮𝐣𝐨 on Instagram, and she's super duper talented. If you like journaling, art, or just talented people in general, she's someone you should totally follow. I will link her Instagram and all her information about her YouTube channel as well down in the description below. Today is also super exciting because I'm doing my very first journal and chat with me kind of thing. It's super exciting because I've been wanting to do this for a while, and especially because it's a collaboration on playlists and what kind of things we are listening to during quarantine. I'm sure you already know that it can be super duper boring in quarantine, like you have nothing to really do, so listening to new music and finding new things to occupy yourself with is always a total plus. To start up my spread, my step one is to look at all my pictures. And all my pictures I print from Shutterfly in orders that I place, whenever I feel like I need some new refreshing pictures to add to my bullet journal or whatever aesthetic I'm feeling at the time. The order that I just made last time was super earthy and like cottagecore kind of aesthetic with lots of florals and pretty blues and greens, etc., and I wanted to capture that in this spread. After I kind of figure out what kind of pictures I want to use, I look at all of them and they usually have like a common color theme. And with that, I look into all my other materials and what kind of papers I have and what I want to use for my texture and collaging, and a lot of it is just I really love matching with it, so I use a lot of different types of papers. In this spread, I decided to put a lot of beiges and pinks and some like dull blue that I really thought was pretty that contrasted well with all the blush tones. Whenever my mom makes an order of a magazine or any like small company with like tags or stickers that are pretty and would look nice in a bullet journal, I always try to get them before she throws them out or recycles them, because I feel like they add a lot to a spread, a lot of different textures from a lot of different places with different logos. My favorite material that I used today is my Rusty Dog Coffee postcard that I have on the left side of my spread. I really love how it's first of all beige and it has like kind of a rustic like look with the stamp, and it got me thinking that maybe I would like to do my own stamp with my own sort of logo. So now I'm on to step 2, which is taping everything down and like putting it in its place after I've decided where I would like to put it. In my spread today, I wanted to achieve a textured look with a lot of different materials and papers that are layered over each other. Recently in my bullet journaling, I've been really liking doing a lot of collages, textures, all those kind of good things. I've been very maximalist compared to I used to be very minimalist, especially in the beginning of 2019. Also in my journaling, I've been really enjoying doing margins on my pictures, so like I'll have a little bit of a white border around every picture I do and just cut it out in a way where there's a white border all the time, and I really like how that looks. I also really like using label makers. I don't know if you can see, but in the top left of my screen next to my cup of pens that I have way too many of, there's a little sheet of label stickers that are like reinforcements around the holes in like loose leaf paper, and I like to color them in and make them into like little palettes where they're just colored, and then I put them on my spread as like a sticker. I kind of also forgot to mention that I haven't used this journal since last year, when I really thought I was going to start this 𝐦𝐞𝐥𝐲 channel / Instagram. I never really anticipated a YouTube channel actually. It just kind of happened naturally where I was like, maybe I'll do this because I've got so much free time and I've always kind of wanted to start one. And with that, I kind of forgot how much I really like this dot grid, because it's not too in your face as a grid is. Even though I do like grid, I don't really have anything against the dot grid. One thing I don't like though is lines. Lines are not for me. I used to have lined paper a lot of the time, but I just didn't really like how it looked anymore. So I got grid, and now I'm also using dot grid, and you know, I really like both of them, but I just don't really like the way the lines make your paper look. A problem that I've been having with my bullet journal recently is that I just want to collage so much that I don't even want to write. Like, I use up all my space to collage, and then I don't have any room to write anything just because I feel like I've got so much that I want to say in like colors and textures and different things that I don't really like to write. Actually, recently especially, I used to like to write in my bullet journal a lot more, but now it's just like, do I really have to? Speaking of bullet journaling, I haven't been doing much of what you would call the traditional bullet journaling. I don't do a lot of tracking or writing my weeks in, or just any of that really. I do just a lot of, you know, writing about what I want to write out about and just not really tracking or doing lifestyle type of things. I used to do a lot of that, but now I don't. I just guess I really appreciate the artsy side of it instead of the organizational part. Although I do have another journal, and it's a Muji planner. It's A5, I believe, and I use it just to organize my weeks in the little way that I do. I'm not very good at keeping up with it, but I do enjoy using it and decorating it just as much as I enjoy this one. As you can kind of see here, I'm showing off, you know, I taped all the stuff down, so this is what the base of the spread is gonna look like. And this is the next day actually, and I'm definitely thinking pretty hard about what I want to write and how I want it to look. Which brings us to part 3, which is writing and lettering. And recently I've been really liking doing a lot of different types of lettering, like, you know, different fonts, not just all calligraphy or not just bubble letters or not just this or that. I've been doing a lot of it just so it looks kind of fun and textured all over the page. Now to the actual part of this video that is what it was supposed to be, which is my playlist during quarantine. Recently, and just in general, I've been listening to a lot of soft, indie kind of music. As you can see here, I'm filling in my label makers, and these are a super fun way to add color or reinforce the color palette in your spread, and I really had fun with this palette. Now finally, I'm going to start talking about the first song on my playlist. It only took me forever to actually get to the topic of this actual video. The first song that I'm writing the lyrics to on this little piece of paper that I use for texturing is Nothing by Bruno Major. I really love this song because it's super sweet and familiar and just is a nice song for any kind of rainy day. Especially because we're doing a lot of nothing during quarantine, and a song about it is definitely relatable during this time. So I put the stickers down, and as you can see, it definitely establishes a color theme, and I really love how it does that, especially because it just pulls it all together. Now with this Crayola Super Tip in a pretty blue dull color, I'm gonna be writing the name of my second song, Out Like a Light by the Honey Sticks. Out Like a Light is actually a song that I got recommended to me by a pen pal that I have on Slowly. Slowly is a digital pen paling app where you actually in real time have to wait for people's messages to come through, and people have to wait for yours. And no, I'm sorry, I wish this was an ad for Slowly, but it's not. The second song that I wrote is If You're Too Shy, Then Let Me Know by the 1975. My favorite band of all time is the 1975. I really love their music, I love all their releases, and they're coming out with a new album on May 22nd, I believe, and it's called Notes on a Conditional Form. This is one of their singles that they released for it. And they played it live at a concert before they released it, and I was just on SoundCloud like for months until they released it, or a month or two, and just listening to the live version because I just love it that much, that this song is just good vibes. Right now I'm actually outlining the lettering that I did just now because I like the look of it. When I don't have a clean line, I always like to outline. My fourth song on my quarantine playlist is TWFNO. I don't really know what that stands for, but it's by Tiffany Day. I think this song is kind of a staple in my 2020 April playlist because it's just a bright song with a bright chorus and makes me feel motivated when I don't want to study anymore. Right now I'm just writing some little blurbs about how I feel about all the songs that I wrote down on my playlist. Which brings us to my fifth, I think, song, and it's called Oh What a Beautiful Morning by Molly and Nell. This song is so refreshing, yet also feels like something that you know at the same time. And it reminds me of like mornings, waking up to birds chirping and like just waking up slow and making your bed and eating breakfast and just having a nice, calm, and sweet morning. It's a really, really sweet song. My sixth song is Begin by Lauren Anderson. It's a really chill, low-key song that I really like to use when I'm studying. My fifth song is Harvey by Hers, and this is a duo that had passed away that I'd seen on TikTok. Someone made like a rest in peace TikTok, and I was like, oh, like I might as well check their music out because a lot of people seem to like them. And I wasn't disappointed. Harvey is a great song that I love, and it's just very happy and nice feel. Another one of my favorite songs on this whole playlist is called Televised by Honey, and it is a song about, actually I don't really know what it's about. I think it's about like authenticity. That's what I kind of took from it. I could be totally wrong, so don't like take it with a grain of salt, you know. Yet again, a total staple in this playlist because I listen to it a lot, and it's just really, I kind of play it when I'm just feeling like I want to have like a nice summery day. Unfortunately, the last song on my playlist is Imagine You by Omar Apollo. This song is a memorable song that you can listen to whenever, and just, it's a song that you can vibe to, dance to, do whatever to. It's a great song. Here I'm just finishing up the spread, and I want to let you guys know, just check out 𝐤𝐞𝐥𝐜𝐨𝐽's video on YouTube. She's super duper talented, and I want you guys to go see it. Oh yeah, and totally subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff for her and for me. And now for a pretty montage of my spread. And it's on my hammock because I've been journaling on my hammock a lot recently, and I really, really love it, especially on sunny days with a little bit of a breeze. I hope you enjoyed my video. This is the first time with the voice recorder, so subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff, and check out my Instagram where I posted this spread.